My name is Christy Cherian. I'm a long-time friend of Surender Singh Kandhari. This event is to actually launch a book he's been planning for quite a while. The book, The Dream, The Temple of My Dreams. I'd like to very quickly just introduce His Excellency Sheikh Nayan. Most of you know him, but for overseas visitors, he is a cabinet minister in the UAE government and the Minister for Tolerance.
Welcome to the first chapter and the second volume of Surender Singh Kandhari's story. The first volume was celebrated right now. I suspect that Surender will describe today's celebration and the opening chapter of his remarkable life story, Volume 2. The achievements of Surender in Dubai have confirmed the wisdom of Sheikh Zayed.
When I saw the information about Surender's autobiography, I knew there was no such challenge. For somebody who has gone through so many diverse experiences as an entrepreneur, as a philanthropist, as a golfer, as the builder of the temple of his dreams, I know that there would be enough interest. He gave a slight advantage to Sheikh Nayan by giving a copy of, or letting him know what the book was about. I will have that pleasure later on, perhaps this evening. But Surender, I need to tell you that being from Amritsar as we are, we'd heard about you before we came here. And there was this kind of a mystique about you, about this Sardar from the south of India, who has built this marvelous temple in Dubai, the marvelous Gurdwara in Dubai, and who very quietly contributes to so many good causes in the name of education and social well-being back home in Punjab and elsewhere. And in building this Gurdwara, you've done us proud. So it's not just the temple of your dreams, but I think you've also captured the dreams and aspirations of so many others in the community. Well done, Surender. Congratulations and all the very best.
When I came to Dubai in 1999, in my very first week, I was very fortunate to meet Surender and Mike Gerbich. And I can still remember it to this day because both Mike and Surender gave me an amazing welcome and made me feel in my first week in Dubai that I could live here, and I think I quite like it. So I thank you very much for the welcome you gave me in 1999. That smile and welcoming attitude in life has remained with you today, and you remained exactly the same as you did in 1999, not only with myself, but with all my colleagues in the golf club as well. and we wish you a very successful future and all the best with the book. Thank you very much, Surender.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Vikram Vora. All four of us were in Loyola College together in the 60s. Surender and I were the two of 5 Punjabis in Loyola College in 1967-68. And I used to eat with my left hand. And all the C mess walked out in protest because eating with your left hand in the South is not accepted. Since he was the president of our society, I asked him to help me out, and he did. And 52 years later, he's still doing the same, being a good friend. But today, the three of us together are going to give him a bit of a hard time. So please join us. We're going to talk to him for a few minutes about him, his family, his lovely wife, and what this book meant to him and how he got down to doing it. On that high note, let me ask you, Surender, how did you get the title for this book? Because everyone says to me, the title was super. Tell them I gave it to you. Go on.
First of all, thank you very much for joining us this evening. The title of the book, Temple of My Dreams, was given to me by Ashwin Gidwani. Where are you, Ashwin? Can you stand up?
There he
he's
is. Yeah.
And he was the one who pushed me to write this book. And he said, it's going to be a success story of yours. And the title of Temple of My Dreams was his idea. And thank you, Ashwin. Thank you very much for that.
So he says to me, he says, she is my inspiration and my rock. You. Right? And I said to him, I said, all right, for all the husbands over here, on this epic occasion, tell us how she's your rock and your strength.
They always say that behind every successful man, there's a woman. But Bubbles is not behind me. She stands shoulder to shoulder. She is the wind beneath my wings.
I give him the line.
Yeah.
In the book, what I have tried to explain is the 3 ways of living. One has to have the holistic approach. It's very easy to make money, but making money the right way is what I believe in. And that has been the crux of my life. And that's what I'm trying to project in the book, is please, everybody has to make money, but make it the right way. And second thing is, learn to serve humanity. Because there's God in every human being, and if you respect human beings, you're respecting God.
Having said that, I want to ask you one question about sport. You're a sportsman yourself. Sitting next to you is an Indian Davis Cup player, ladies and gentlemen, CJK Bhupati, for whom we should give him a big hand. CJK does not like to be introduced as Mahesh Bhupati's father, Mahesh being one of our top tennis players. So I shall keep that in mind and introduce him as Mahesh Bhupati's father.
In the Loyola College, Madras, we had one Sardarji and about 5,000 students, all South Indians. And one single Sardarji during Indian Hindi agitation, when Tamil Nadu was refusing to accept Hindi. This guy stand for union presidentship and won it, which is an incredible feat in those days in 1967 to have won that election. But Surender was, as today you see him, he was personable, humble, and his humility and his ability to make everybody feel comfortable won over all the Tamil students and South Indian students, and he became the president of the union.
Okay, question 1. How difficult was he when he was writing the book? Was he grumpy, grouchy?
Whilst he was writing the book, or generally? That's what he is. You want to know the truth? All these great adjectives about him is okay, but what happens in the house? I'll have to open that out. He is grumpy, grouchy old man. Turned 70.
True. Agree.
No. He's a wonderful soul, and any janam, if I was to be reborn, and I would love to be having him as my husband.
Oh. This drive back for a lot of couples is going to be more and more difficult as the evening wears on. I can see that. Yeah. I'd like to call Jasjeev Singh Kandhari to please come up. He's been bullying me all afternoon today to say, what question are you going to ask me? Jasjeev, where are you?
So what do you want
There
to call
you
me?
are.
You
So
said
now
you
I'm
wanna-
gonna- see, he's already confrontational.
Yeah. You said.
Tell us, no, I'll ask you a very simple question.
Go for it.
Okay? What are the values that you learned from your dad?
Oh, we have only an hour left. I don't have that much time. So I said we only have an hour left. I can't go through that list, but I'll give you a few main ones which come to mind immediately. I mean, honesty, integrity are critical. You know, he's said to me many times, it takes a generation to build a reputation, but in one slip of the tongue and one action, you can destroy everything. So I'm trying to tell him, no, I can do it in two. So,
What are the values you've taught him?
what a patience, a lot of patience. So I think with
Patience, all right, that's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think with my dad, you know, when I joined the business, it was very interesting because I came to the office and he said to me immediately, right, here's the checkbook, here's the office, you run it, I'm off now. And I said, sorry? He says, yep, that's one business, you take care of it, I'm going to look after the other stuff and keep growing. And that's what he's been doing throughout. I mean, you know, most fathers, and these are for any kids that are over here, I have an amazing dad because he gave me responsibility from day one. And I don't remember a time where he beat me up for screwing up. Excuse my French.
Has to say a few words now. Ladies and gentlemen, I call on Ashwin Gidwani to say a few words, please, to his friend and to tell us how he came up with this name.
Well, Surender is a very prolific human being, and he was a huge inspiration to all of us to actually put up the Gurdwara here in UAE. A big step for our community, for our country. It's a symbol of our strength, our passion, our religion, our emotion, our freedom, and it's given so much of rhythm to people who need help. So I went to the Gurdwara for the first time, saw this edifice. It was built with so much of love, care, affection. I heard the stories of how he came about to fund it for the first step. And he was given the responsibility that he would be the only one who could do that at that point. From there on, I was inspired. And I felt that there was some day that he has to put these thoughts down in paper and publish it and share it with everybody. But there's a cross between that and what he's achieved in his life. So if you put those two things together, I see a truly successful human being who inspires all of us. So, Surender, congratulations. I want to see 1 million copies, and we're going to help you do that. All the best.